equals to u plus at, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and as we know t is the time. Now Newton's tells us this is the equation of motion, and in this video I am going to explain you how will you derive this equation of motion graphically. In that case, we take an axis as we draw in the graph. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Clear? On x-axis, always remember you have to take time, which is in seconds. And on the y-axis, we will take velocity. And what is the unit of velocity? Meter per second. It is on the y-axis. Now, at any instant, at some instant, that body has initial velocity u. Let it, this is a point A. Clear? And here it has the velocity. That means, for example, there is a car. It has the initial velocity u. That means OA is equals to u. Clear? Now, after some time, the car gains some velocity due to acceleration. Now its velocity become b. That means from O to B, it becomes v. Clear? But when it acquires the value of b, it takes some time. For example, I'm just writing here, wait, for example, time, and it takes some time. For example, t, and it moves at the point P. Okay, this is the second position. That means this is the point B. That means that body moves from A to P. Clear? At the point A, it has initial velocity u, that is u meter per second, and at the point B, it has initial velocity v meter per second. On the graph, we just take this in this way. How it happens? Just see. For example, there is a graph, okay? And we write here 5, we write here 10, we write here 1, we write here 2. And now I am drawing the graph. Clear? By the graph, you can see the where here is the value 0, 5, and here is the value 0, 10. But here is the value 2, 10. This is 2, this is 10. In this way, the value 10 is also there, value 10 is also there. That means final velocity B is same. Clear? Now draw a line parallel to OB which touches at T. Clear? Now similarly, draw a line parallel to OT just like C here, which touches the BT at point C. Listen again. For example, a body acquires, I want to be pardoned with the students who understand English for some time, because now this concept I am going to speak in Hindi, then afterwards I will again continue with English. For example, मान लीजिए बेटा कोई एक कार है जिसकी इनिशियल वेलोसिटी A पोजीशन है, that means U है, तो I will denote that part of OA with U. Clear? And after time t, that means after time t, that body acquires the velocity v, which is represented by b here. Clear? That means because of acceleration, it acquires the velocity v. आप और समझ लीजिए, for example, there is a car, उसकी initial velocity 10 meter per second है, And if we apply acceleration on the car for example 2 seconds, and it has the velocity greater than initial velocity, for example 50 meters per second or extra any else, then means B is that point which has the final velocity. Now this line AB, this gives you acceleration. That means slope of AB gives the value of acceleration. And whenever there is a graph like this slope can be calculated by putting, for example, this is h, this is x. That means if we want to find the value slope, we have to divide h by x. In this way we can find the value of this slope. अगर हमको इस लाइन का वैल्यू निकालना है तो हमको इस लाइन और इस लाइन को डिवाइड करते हैं तो इस लाइन का स्लोप का वैल्यू आता है. तो here in this the same way AB represents the acceleration given to the body, and when we find the slope of acceleration, then we find the acceleration acquired by that body. Now come to the point again. Now slope AB is the acceleration gained by the body, and AB is equal to what? I tell you, BC by AC. BC over AC. Clear? Now what is AC? AC is parallel to OT. AC is parallel to OT. That's why AB is equals to BC over OT. Clear? Now what is AB? AB means A. I don't know BC, and OT. OT is the time T. We have T here. Now we have to find the value of BC. Now just see the figure here. I am making the figure separately here. Just see over here. This is U. This is overall V. This is BC. It is T. It is A. That means BC and CT is equal to V. Clear? And CT is equal to OA. From here, CT is equal to OA. See, this line is equal to this line. And the value of OA is U. So, value of CT is also U. That is, CT is equal to U. Clear? Now, BT. BT is equal to BC plus CT. Clear? Now, we have BT is equal to BC plus CT. Now BT whole is V. And BC we don't know. BC. And the value of CT is U, because CT is equal to AO. That's why we put CT is equal to U. That is U. That means value of BC is equal to V minus U. Now we put this value into this equation, where we have A is equal to BC upon small t. That means A is equal to V minus U upon t. Now cross multiply it. Note it down please. One thing you must know in your mind, that in graphical representation we use the velocity time graph, where velocity is expressed in y-axis and time is on x-axis. That means we have a over 1 is equal to v minus u over t. Now after cross multiplying we have at is equal to v minus u. Just bring the u here, we have u plus at. In this way the equation is derived. But now it all goes on. So I am just repeating the whole derivation again. Just see on the blackboard fully. I am explaining the whole derivation only through the diagram. Okay? Just see on the blackboard. This is our diagram. This is time. This is the point A. This is O. After some time it reaches B. And this is time T. And here this distance is T. This distance is U. Clear? And this whole distance is V. Why it is V? Because this is B. At this point we have B. That means OB is equals to BT. That's why if this is whole V, then this is also whole V. Clear? Now draw a line parallel which connects this and make it as C. Clear? Now this is U, then you have U. Clear? And this line is A. Understood? Now this is T, then this is also T. Now we have to find A. A is equal to BC over CA. BC over CA. Actually, Newton's first law of motion, if you understand this one and the graph, then it is very easy to understand the remaining two. Sorry. Now, BC. BC is this much. So, BC is what? V minus U. Then you can calculate BC. Because BC is the sum of BC plus CT. Okay. Now, whenever you have to find BC, you have to subtract V with U. V with U. What is the value of CA? That is T. That is T. Clear? Then cross multiply. AT is equal to V minus U and V is equal to U plus AT. I think if again you have some confusion, then rewind the video and listen from the start, and I am sure that it will goes into your mind. Okay? And the second equation I will tell you. Now note it down. Now we have to derive the Newton's second law. Clear? As we know, Newton's second law is this. That means with the help of Newton's second law, we generally find the distance covered in time t. Okay? Now how we do this? We use the same figure for that. That means the figure which I explained earlier. In this way, this is the time t, this is point A, this is point B, this whole is cap V, that means final velocity, this is initial velocity, and this is point C. Clear? Now again I am going to explain you this value is equal to this value because these two lines are parallel to each other. That means U. Clear? And BC is what? V minus U. Clear? Now this is T and this is also T. Now understood the graph? Now we have to find the distance covered. Okay. We have the formula speed is equal to distance over time. That means when we have to calculate distance, we have to multiply speed into time. And when we have to multiply speed into time, then in the graph, whenever we have to find distance, we find the area covered by the graph. Okay, clear? This is the whole distance covered by the body in time t. Okay, now clear? That means in order to find the distance covered, we have to find the area of the picture. That means we have to find, again I am going to clear you, just see over here, the image is like this, this, this and this. Clear? We have to find the area, this one. A, B, for example this is C, this is D, this is O. So we have to find the area of this picture A, B, C, D, O. Then it is the distance covered by the body in time t. Now how we calculate the area of this picture? If we draw a line parallel, clear? This is our rectangle and this is our triangle. Okay? When we add the area of rectangle and area of the triangle, we got the whole area of this picture. Okay? Now the area of rectangle is what? Length into breadth. And area of triangle is half base into height. Clear? Now comes to picture. Firstly, area of rectangle. That means we know this is U, this, and this is T. That means length T, length is U, breadth is T. That means area of rectangle is what? U into T. Clear? Now see the triangle. This is T, then this is also T, this. Clear? So this is the base. AC is the base. And this line is the height. And we say that this whole is V, this is U, then this is V minus U. That means BC is equal to V minus U. Clear? Now again I am going to explain. Again I am repeating. Now concentrate properly. If this concept goes in your mind, then it's very easy to derive this equation graphically. Now see your picture over here. From here, OA is equal to U. Clear? OD is equal to T. Clear? AC, these two lines are parallel. AC is equal to T. Clear? Now CD is equal to U. BD is equal to V. BC, V minus U. Clear? Now, what we will do? Now see here, we have to find total distance is equal to area of OACD. See here, OACD, rectangle. Clear? Plus area of ABC, that is triangle. ABC is the triangle, OACD is the rectangle. Now area of rectangle is length into breadth. Okay. So here length is u and breadth is t. Clear? Area of triangle is half base into height. What is base? AC. AC is what? T. And height? BC. BC we what calculated? V minus U. V minus U. Now, we have ut plus half, that is t by 2, v minus u. Now we know acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. That means v minus u is equal to a into t. That means the value of v minus u is 80. Put this value here in our equation. So our equation becomes ut plus t by 2 into 80. That means we got the relation ut plus half 80 square. That is s is equal to ut plus half 80 square. Clear? In order to derive the Newton's second law, we find the area of the graph. And here we have a rectangle and a triangle, and just add the area of two figures, you got the distance covered by the body graphically. Okay, now the Newton's third law. Now we have to derive the Newton's third law graphically. When we see the Newton's third law, we have seen that in this equation we don't have any t variable. That means we have to eliminate the variable t. Again the same graph is used. That means the graph which I used in first derivation, we use the same graph for second and use the same graph for the third. Now firstly I want to explain the graph. Clear? I think you have remember now. This is A, this is O. This is B. Clear? This point is C, this point is T. Clear? This is the value of U, this is the value of T. This is the value of T. This whole is value of V. Okay? Now in this equation we don't have the value of T. But in this equation we have the value of distance. That means S. S is for distance. Whenever there is a S, we have to find the area of the graph. Okay. So just remove this line AC. Clear? Now this is the picture. We have this picture OABD. If we see here, we have a picture like this. It has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is a type of trapezium. Okay. Now the formula to find the area of trapezium is half H A plus B. A and B are the parallel sides and H is the height of the figure. Clear? Now here we take this side A, this side B and this side is H. Clear? Now compare this one. Okay? In A we have AO is equal to A is equal to U. This is not acceleration. This is the side. For example, don't be confused. I put it here P plus Q. Then P is this and Q is this. Clear? That means U is equal to P. Okay. Second line, it is parallel to AO, that is BD. Okay. Now BD, the value of BD is Q, which is equal to V. Now this line is the height of the figure, H. That means OD is H, which is equal to T. We have to use these variables. Clear? Now I am going to rub the figure. That means in both the two equations, second and third, we just find the area of the graph. Simply, in second equation we had to find the area of rectangle and triangle, then to add, and in the third equation we have to find the area of trapezium. This is a trapezium. Clear? Now area of trapezium, that means this is the distance covered. Area of trapezium is half H P plus Q, sum of parallel sides. That means S is equal to half. H is what? T. P plus Q, V plus U. Now in this equation we don't have any T. So we have to eliminate T. We have to remove T from this equation. Again we use the same equation, that is equation number 1. Actually equation number 1 is used always in second and third to derive these formulas. We have the equation acceleration is equal to V minus U by T. You know this is the formula for acceleration. Now from here T is equal to V minus U by A. We just take T here and A here. Now put this value of T here. That means we have S is equal to half V minus U by A and U plus V. That is A minus B, A plus B. That means A square minus B square, and it is 2A. 2A gets here 2AS. We cross multiply it. And here we have V square minus U square. We have now the equation. Now again summarize. We have to find the area of trapezium. Area of trapezium is half into height into sum of parallel sides. Sum of parallel sides means OA and BD. You can also write half into OD into OA plus BD. Clear? We write it in the terms of variables OD, OA and BD. Clear? Now these are all three equations of Newton's law of motion, and in preceding videos I will take some numericals, and with the help of these equations I will tell you how you have to find the different values using these equations. Till then, bye bye. Have a good time, and if you like my channel, please subscribe it.